Bum 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 bada bum bada bum 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 bada bum. Boom! We are live. It's Chris Igoe Home Group, powered by Remax Direct, and it is Get Some Monday. It is what day is it? It's the 23rd. All right, so it is the 23rd, and let's just address the elephant in the room that's obvious to everybody. It's Coronavirus Monday. So what does that mean? And look, normally these sessions I will, however, 100% hand to God. I'm on live on Facebook and YouTube. Hand to God, I will be on the phone later and I will show you what that looks like, because now more than ever, I think leadership must step up. I think we have to show by example exactly what it is to maintain and grow and thrive in the real world. And there's a lot of content out there that's horseshit. So my commitment to you is I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. Now, in the interim, I don't have a lot of time because I'm about to jump to create a content piece that's relevant for today. But I did want to at least just share a little bit of my mindset, because I know people are out there and they're afraid. They're quarantined. What's up, ISA Funky Cold Medina? What's up, Jake? And if you would, please like, subscribe, click the link, join me over on YouTube, because we're trying to get that algorithm to kick in and grow that channel too. What's up, Cammy? What's up, Mike? So, all right, listen, we are in uncharted territory, and I have never been in a pandemic. I have never been in a this is the first time I'm experiencing this kind of uncertainty as a realtor. Although I did, what's up, Ryan? I did share my experience recently as how I grew and thrived in a stock market conditions that were deplorable. The financial crisis, when the stock market went to hell in a handbasket, that's when I made the most money ever for my clients and for myself. And I suspect that this time will be no different either. So right now, there's a lot of people that are out there. So there are a lot of realtors out there that are absolutely terrified. And I totally get that. It's scary out there, right? But I also know that the only thing that's ever worked for me, and I can only talk about my experience, the only thing that's ever worked for me when I have become afraid is massive fucking action. And I need to be very clear. I want to be very strong. I want you to understand exactly what I'm saying. Massive fucking action. Because there's going to be a lot of people who get frozen. There's going to be a lot of people who stop taking action. And if that's the case, you will be out of this business in a fucking heartbeat. Because I don't know what your business looks like, but I know that mine, I do not get a salary. I am a commission-based. Fortunately for me, I'm kind of built for this, because I've always been my own boss. I was a stockbroker for 18 years. I was an independent contractor, and I always had to eat what I killed. And maybe that's not the best example right now, but this is the mindset that I want to share, because this is what it's going to take, I believe, for you to be able to go out there and thrive and prosper in this market. Okay. So here's what I'm doing. Now, first and foremost, you must not be tone deaf, right? So there are agents in my market. There are people on my Facebook feed that are out there that are posting last month's numbers. And I'm not going to name names or point anybody out, but if you're pointing out last month's numbers as being at all relevant to what's happening today, you are a complete fucking idiot. Because the truth is, last month has nothing to do with what's going on right now. Everything that's happening today is changing on a day-to-day basis. So last month's numbers, they don't mean anything. What we have right now is a market that is obviously slowing down. It's obviously shifting. People are staying home. What does that mean for us as realtors that are out there? And you know what? Thank God we've got the technology to be able to do the things that I'm going to talk about and you're going to see me do on a day-to-day basis, because now's the time where you can go out there, take massive action, and steal market share from all the other people who are paralyzed by fear. And there's going to be a lot of people who, this phone right now, I can promise you, this phone, and that's right, Superman. I want to remind myself, that I am fucking Superman. And that's not trying to be egotistical. It's to be confident. There are people out there that are, this phone is going to be so fucking heavy for people, they're not going to be able to lift it up. They're not going to be able to pick up the phone. They're not going to be able to say hello. They're not going to be able to do anything. So you need to flex your muscle and get used to making these calls. The first thing I would do today, now again, I'm supposed to be somewhere at 10, and I'm going to be late, but fuck that. I don't care. This is more important. So here's what I would do today. Look, so there's the expires, there's the dailies, cancels, all that shit. Save that for later. Right now, the biggest thing that you can do to help yourself and help your clients is call every single person that you know. And obviously this comes from a place of sincerity, and like, you need to be able to execute on what you're about to say, but reach out to them, ask them how they're doing. Are you okay? Are you scared? How are you holding up in this coronavirus? Is there anything we can do to help support you or your business or your family in this time of uncertainty? And do that. If you're like me, and again, I think I'm tremendously blessed, right? My organization is small enough, my business is small enough where I can be nimble, I can make changes, I can do whatever I need to do instantaneously. I don't have 1,000 people working for me. I've got a few, I've got a handful, and we can go out there and we can adapt and we can change very quickly to whatever's happening. So yes, business is still happening. Showings are still happening. Transactions are still happening, but I've still got a ton of time to be able to go out there and help somebody who needs help. What does that mean? Well, I'm strong, I'm healthy, and I've got resources. I can go out there and help somebody. If they're scared, if they don't want to leave their house, I can pick up their medicine for them, their prescriptions, their groceries, their whatever. I can just talk to them. It's really, really simple. Right now is the time to be going out there and connecting with all of your neighbors. What does that mean? Go on to, well, first thing I would do, go through your phone, go through your contacts, call every single person that's out there and ask them how they're doing. Period. That's the first thing I would do. So solid, adapt, adjust. Yeah, adapt to overcome. Look, the only wrong decision right now is inaction. That's the only thing. So every single day you must take massive action. And I talk about win the day, and I talk about the granularity of I got to make X amount of reach outs or X amount of whatever it is. Scrap that completely. And I'm not going to use I guess I am going to use a grant card note. I don't know what's appropriate for anybody else's life or business right now. I do know that everybody's business and life has changed. So for me, I got kids at home. I know that my wife is a labor and delivery nurse. She works at a hospital. So she is on the front line in a hospital that's exposed to whatever this might be, period. So we've got to deal with that. We've got to deal with the stress of that. There's a lot of things we got to deal with, just like everybody else. But what I know I can do is I can get granular in terms of my schedule. I can get a printout of every hour of the day. I can allocate my time and my resources to reaching out to every single person in my sphere of influence. I can start with my phone. I can work through my past client database. I can work through my email list, but I want it to be more personal. So I want to go out there and I actually want to reach out and speak to people that I know in my community. How can you do that? All right. Well, one thing you can do, you can go to Mojo Sells and you can go to, let's see here. I think it's neighborhood search. I think that's what the name of the search function is. And you can go out there and just literally pick out your subdivision or a subdivision that you want to reach out to. Call the 55. Well, first of all, call your neighbors, right? Reach out. Hey, this is Chris, Igoe Home Group. Just wanted to reach out. How are you doing? Just wanted to see how you're doing. I'm a concerned neighbor. This is really scary with this coronavirus. Is everything okay? Is there anything we can do to help support you and your family? Period. and then work from there. So build your database, be a resource, be of maximum service, be of maximum. This isn't right now the time to be pounding your chest about, I'm going to go do a real estate transaction, but it is the time to be the voice of reason and a leader in a market where people are scared shit. I'm not scared. I am going to take maximum action. I'm going to go out there and reach out to every single person in my subdivision, and then I'm going to reach out to every single person around. I'm going to call. My goal is to call every single person in South Florida and touch them. Call them, text them, email them, get their contact information, give them something of value, and then let them know that I'm the community resource that's there to help them. And I mean it. I am there to help them. So that is where lead with contribution. What are you willing to contribute? What are you willing to do right now? Are you willing to be the voice of reason? And the answer for me is yes. It's maximum fucking action every single day. So do not get caught in the panic of what's going on there. Control the controllables, right? Today is a great day. We've got technology, we've got data, we've got phones. The sun rose this morning. It's going to set tonight. So if you want to be chicken shit and not take action in the interim, that's on you. But for me, I am not going to be scared. I'm going to go out there organically through you making these contacts. So go out there, win the day. Do not be afraid, because the antidote for fear is action. Massive action. Massive action. And that's it. So go out there, get some. I got to jump. I'm creating some content that you'll be able to see later. But that's it. Win the day. If there's anything I can do to help, you know where to find me. Go get some.